I can tell her how my experience with your course. And I was like, it's going to take 2 hours. So I kind of wanted to like do the 3 main ones that really, I cannot even find the word. So I just spoke to my mom. So I have like Malagasy and French in between. So
I love that.
my English might not be very good looking right now.
No.
So there was
So wait,
basically,
first, tell us who you are and tell us like just anything about you in the world. Let us know more about you.
so I'm Myriam Banks, and I'm a mom, and I'm a photographer. I'm a travel photographer, so I create content for company.
Love
you know,
that.
exotic places, because my family we travel not right now, but we travel quite a bit. And but I've been nudged since the quarantine, because the quarantine allowed me to pause. So I've been nudged to guide mothers to find themselves within motherhood. Because it was a journey for me to find myself within motherhood, because motherhood was not part of my plan until I met my husband. And then, boy, was I like, and my stepdaughter, and I was like, you can change a diaper with one hand. I need one of those with you.
Yeah.
So, but it was a journey. So, and after having my son, it was just so hard for me to find myself within myself, within the new me and the new body and the new everything and the new companionship, and being a mother within the companionship. And I've been guided and nudged to guide mother through that journey into, I would say, self-care is part of it, because this is part of finding yourself within yourself. So I do a lot of solo trip on my own. My husband does as well. This is how we find our balance, where I go every 6 to 8 weeks. I go on my own to not just rest, but also recharge my spirit, recharge my body, and find me, that woman that was there before the husband, before the kids, and find her and connect with her. Because you don't get to do that. And I've been nudged, like, God has been telling me, hey, this is what you need to be serving. This is it. And I was like, nah, no. These are the things. It's easy. This is scary for me. And so through your course, I started.
You just started now?
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't know that.
to tell you the truth, I had everything ready. I had the website, I had the course, I had everything ready, but I was like, nah, that's not it. No, this is much easier. This was just filling my soul. I was like, I would talk to mothers about it, and the image of motherhood and how to find yourself. I really felt full, but I never thought that it would be a path for me.
Yeah, that's important work.
Yeah.
As a mother, I know.
And I looked around, because I became a mother, 2 months shy of 42. So I was a later mom. I would call it a ripe mom, because we ripe after 40.
Yeah. You waited till you're ready.
Yes. And so that's basically what I do.
I love it.
Now I guide women into that journey to find themselves within motherhood.
I love that, and I find it inspiring. I saw your post. I didn't know that was something you just took on. However, I loved when you were in Santa Barbara on your solo trip. Then you told me that your husband was gone on a solo trip, and I'm like, this, I'm single, and sometimes I think of relationships, and I'm like, I need space to be me and do all the things. And I just love when people are in these relationships where there is that space to be the individual and also be in the union. And that's just beautiful. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, my husband is a mountain man, and I'm Miss Luxuriate. So we are so different. So his way of self-care, he's gonna go rock climb a mountain and be there for 18 hours climbing a mountain. Wow. I'm thinking, is there a diamond up there? What is up there?
Like I'll watch down here.
Yeah, so that is his way, and I had to embrace his self-care like he had to embrace my self-care, because I knew when he came back, he was so much present. He was so much more him. Like he was grounded. So we knew that we needed that. But it was a journey also for us, to find what worked for us within parenthood.
I love that.
So yeah.
That is beautiful.
So yeah. So how? Yes.
Oh,
so the first.
Let me say this. You did Harmonious Hustle, and you were Marie Claire. My community loves Marie Claire's podcast episode. So Marie Claire gifted you her free pass, right? And you probably didn't even know. You're like, I'll check this thing out. I think you watched it like days later.
Yes, I watched it. I think it was about a week later, and it was something about it that was, of course, because I get Marie Claire for myself, for like, we've been friends for like 14 years or something. So I knew that I always watched when she saw something, but there was something about you that was just, I was attractive to your energy, to the way that you brought me into this meditation. And I was like, I meditate every day, but this was not the way I did it. I was like, oh, she's bringing me somewhere deep.
Awesome.
This is deep. So then afterwards, I talked to Marie Claire, and she's like, you have to. And I think for me, I read a little bit about you, and because I've gone through my own trauma, and I wanted to have somebody, I need to look at somebody that I could identify with. And a lot of time, also through the BLM movement, I'm like, oh, I need this because I need to. But there was something about you, because you've gone through trauma, and several of them, and because you were a mother, I felt like there was more in it. And I was nudged every day. I kept on thinking about it. So I was like, you know what? I have to enroll. I have to. And also because I have my own issue with my money mindset and my limiting belief, and that it's always an ongoing work. Yeah. So I wanted to have somewhere to go and connect with other women, and connect with you, and I didn't have really any, I'm gonna expectation, like strong expectation, but I just knew that I had to be within this community right now. So that's how it started. Amazing. That's how I enrolled into the program.
So tell us, because I know you said you had 3 main things that you really got from it or loved about it. So just fill us in, because I have no idea. I'm hearing it from the first time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I think the week 1 was just clearing, and that was a great way to start. But week 2, I was literally feeling physically so anxious because I knew what it was. Oh, yeah. Every time I literally felt sometimes even nauseous, even when I was like, okay, log in, and I was like, ooh, wow. I don't know. And it was literally physically affecting me to get through. But I got so much out of that week 2 that I actually did it twice. Wow. And because I would stop and I would cry and I would get triggered. And what I really saw in it was the way that I spoke. I spoke so much into lack, even though I had everything around me that was abundant, but what came out of my mouth was so much in lack, and I didn't realize it until I paid attention. Yeah. And that's a big thing, because now when I speak, it doesn't feel like anything is out of my reach, because that's one of the things that you say. It's like nothing is out of your reach, and when I'm like, if it's not there, if I don't see, it's already on its way. Yeah. And I speak like it's already here. I love and that was one of the things that I got from a big thing that I got from this. And gratitude. Like the first thing that I say in the morning is like, thank you, I'm breathing, I'm here. And also this was not just going through the program, is the meditation that you do, the workbook that you do. It's a whole process.
And so you really worked the process. That's why I invited you on, because I was like, I know, like, you didn't ask questions on the group calls, but you were present, and you would share your wins or your feelings about the things, and you really did work the course. You did the meditations and everything.
Yes, I think it's so important to do every step. It's really, you take us onto a journey where it feels like you're peeling the layers each week.
Yeah.
And at the end, I mean, it was just like, oh, there's this and there's this about me, and then this gonna make me cry because he's peeling an onion, and it was really a process, and you have to do the all of the audio. You have to write. It's so important because sometimes I would write and I would be like, oh, this is what it means. So that was the first thing, is my language. And then the second thing was listening to my body. When my body said no, it's no. I think trust my body language, and nurturing my body. Because after I had my son, it's all about that energy of abundance. It's also loving it got you this far. Just love it, just nurture it, and this will bring on everything else. But you gotta love this, you gotta listen to it. If your body said no, then it's no. And mostly if you're going through a trauma and it's physical, and for me it was like, I realized, oh, I don't want to go there, I want to do this instead. And now when I talk about what I do, my whole body is happy about talking about how I guide mothers. It's like a whole thing. Like, yes, that's what I do. Before I would be like, well, I kind of dabble into this. Now it's like, no, this is what I do.
Yes.
Because this is what I'm called upon to do. So this is what I'm doing. And I now have a voice. I talk about it. Before I'd be like, very quiet. And I know that being in a coaching call is so important, because you see the other women that are in the call and you identify with them, and sometimes you feel with them, and the community is also important through the course. It's the so. And then
I just want to point out that work that you learning that, teaching that to mothers, is just bringing that into your work is just so priceless, because that's something I had to learn as a mother and as a woman. Women are taught not to trust our bodies, not to trust what feels good, to honor someone else's yes. So I love that you got that from the course, because sometimes I forget that that's even in the course.
Oh yeah. This hit me strong, and maybe it's something that might be strong for somebody else, but for me, that's one of the things that hit me so strongly, was to really, it brought out really what I was called to do. It's like, teach them, because your intuition is your superpower. Use it as a mom. You the way you feel, and when something happened to your child and you're like, you're not in a room, but I know something is happening to you. This is a superpower. And we have to nurture that. You cannot just always ignore it. Nurture it.
It's guiding us to more money, just like as a guide to your abundance, but an abundance that feels like joyful. And
it's not just about, and I know it's money miracle, but this really was abundance miracle for me. It was just, there's so much that happened. I'm talking about it, and there's people like, oh, when your course is on, sign me up, because I want to know how to get away from the kids. I want to know how to do that solo mama trip. I want to know. And I literally, it was a download. Like, literally, it's like, you need to talk about this, and how motherhood is viewed, and how you need to really guide them to find themselves, because this is when you make it a non-negotiable to say, you know what, I need this in order to be a fulfilled and grounded mother. This is part of me. Motherhood is one part of me. It's not all of me. So I need to nurture all of me, not just motherhood and tiredness and
just
and
one
all
role.
of the it's not just
sexy. We need to be free. We need to be but moms, this is like, mothers need this so deeply. And I love when I hear stories of women, because I know this is going to speak to someone. A woman that has it kind of on the back burner, and then she's like, not ready yet. Nah, maybe later. And it's like, this thing has been waiting for you to give birth to it, just like a baby.
So, it is. Every time that I speak, he's too young. Oh, not right now. I have so much to do. It's like meditation. It's a daily practice. You don't have to go to Italy, even though that would sound very good right now. Wine and pizza. but it is really essential for you as a mother to take time to step back. There's so many times when I step back, then I'm like, you know what? This is what's happening in my son. This is what my daughter needs right now. But you don't see it when you are in the daily and cooking and cleaning and working and this and waking up and trying to fit your little spa day in there. And it's you don't see it. You have to step back and look at it from an angle of who you are without them.
Yeah. And
then you can see. Yeah.
But also, this brings us to another point. As a mother, because I get this from moms a lot, they're like, I don't know, I shouldn't spend this money. I should spend it on my kids or like on the investment. Let's talk about that. Does that come up in your mind, or has it in the past and other things you've invested in? How do you navigate that?
He has come up so many times, like, oh, I could spend that money somewhere else, or I should spend it somewhere else. This time was also a time where I was like, oh, maybe COVID is happening, because what you gain spiritually, emotionally, physically, my husband looks at me, he's like, you are so much peace right now. Like your face, this that I have those three little, it's like, you don't have those three things anymore. You gain so much. It's like you were, I don't want to say a snake, but when a snake peels off and it has a new skin, this is worth, you are worth every penny. I got to tell you, because what I gain is priceless. I've gained like this nudge now. It's like I busted a door. It's not anymore nudge. And I don't know where this is going to lead me, but I know that I can inspire other mothers through what I love to do.
Yes.
And that you can't put a price on it. And just nurturing you, what I find about myself, about my beliefs, it's really, a Louis Vuitton bag is just a bag, but this is you. This is what's going to make you a better person, what's going to bring you peace, what's going to bring you money, abundance.
More bags, like get the bigger
more bags. You get the bigger bags.
Yeah,
you get to purchase the bag in Paris.
Yes.
At the Chanel store. This is what it's going to bring to you. And this, it's kind of like if you give a little token and you get a big bag of gold.
Oh,
but you don't see the gold, but you trust that little coin that you give is going to bring you that bag. You just know in your heart, and you have to trust that this is so important for you. And for me, that's what he felt like. It was not like the physical gold, but so much that came in. My belief, I knew how to manifest. I manifested my son, I manifested my husband, so I knew how to manifest. But going through the biology of beliefs with you, of why I believe I can and why I believe I can't, that opened the doors. Yes. Because I was so mentally, how do you say that in étant forcé, French coming in.
Okay, we have time.
And forced to think that it's only one way. And I was always a very good assistant. I tripled my husband's business. I was very good at helping other people. So I was working as an executive assistant mindset, not as a CEO, not as a boss. Even though I have people working for me, I have employees and businesses, I was still working in that mindset of, oh, I'm just an assistant. This who's CEO? That's not me. No. But through that, I was able to say, no, you are the boss. You are the CEO. You have employees. You pay. You are the boss.
Yes.
Think that way. Act that way. Live that way. Feel that way through your bone. And this is what's happening right now.
I mean, look at you lean back like, this is who I am. This is who I
am. Yes. Literally, this is.
I mean,
so
it is who you are. It is who you are. It was there. You know, we just need all of us. I feel like God works through people. And just like God works through me to do these things and share, and you are now, God is working through you, connecting with these moms, calling them back to life, calling them back to who they are and who they've been born to be. This is why I have chills. We have to answer the call. The call is to do the work. That means if there's a nudge, take the damn nudge. See where that door opens and takes you to. And then also just knowing just how beautiful all this works out. I love that you got a ticket to Harmonious Hustle. You randomly watched it, and now all these things have unfolded. Like
it's literally when you scroll down your Instagram and you see Nicole's face, just go with it. Just go with it. Just do the work. And when you're in the program, do every step, the workbook, the meditation, look into the Facebook group, look at the community, look at the other women. It will change you in so many ways. Like for me now, it's like through the bone. I'm like, and I feel like I don't have enough time during the day, and I also love what I do at the same time. And it's so funny. I was thinking, I wish I could tell her. Yeah, it's chemical at this point. It's even like in my bone. I'm like, I think about first thing in the morning after I say thank you in my meditation. I said, there you go. I'm ready. Give it to me. I'm ready. I have the door, but abundance is there, so I'm ready for it. Come on. So thank you.
Thank you.
It's worth every penny. Like
that, like literally makes me so happy. I knew that we needed a money course that was about the money but deeper, and that could help us feel safe in our bodies, for all of us women that have experienced different things. And that's so beautiful to hear you just mirror that back to me. And just I'm excited to see what this looks like as we move into this new year, what your like how your business is going to evolve, the mamas that are making their way to you, and how your medicine is going to just express out into the world.
I first want to give whatever I value to women, and give them the courage to 2020 for mothers were
tough.
Testing. Was testing. I was going to be on plane every month. I was, my family is in Paris and my mom is in Madagascar, so every year I go see my family. And so my husband is from England, so we were going to be on plane, and it was just like as a mother, it was just like, and as a working mother, that you deserve to have a break.
Yes.
And a break is not when they are 18. A break is no. You will make it.
Yeah.
You will make it.
It's not gonna be a good look if you wait till then for yourself.
So I'm gonna have a 30-day course coming up in January. So I'm gonna start the year with a course. Yes.
Okay, get something out there. We need mamas are like, even if you're still in quarantine, if you can't get away physically, take the time virtually.
Yes, virtually. Just do it doesn't even have to be Italy. Take an afternoon off.
Yeah, go get coffee. I go in my car sometimes with my coffee and just listen to a podcast or call someone. Just I don't want dogs or anyone. I'm just by myself.
A lot of times the guilt of, are they going to be okay? Or my husband is that. Let your husband have that relationship. I know when I leave for 4 days, my son is mixed. I know that I will spend an hour detangling his curls, but that's worth the price. Worth the price because he has an amazing relationship with his dad, and he got used to mommy going for 4 days, and she comes back, and that's okay. You want to get there, and I want to give the way to get there to mothers. So
I'm excited. It's gonna just keep blossoming into its thing, and this feels like exactly what you were born to do. I'm so glad that you stepped into this role, and now you're just going to shine in it. So I'll be cheering you on from over here.
Thank you.
I also want to take the time just to thank you for doing the course, doing the work as women step into their next level selves. It's literally giving permission to all the women that are watching. I know that this conversation, there's one of my listeners out there that's like, oh my goodness, is this speaking to me in some way, shape, or form? So if it is, tag us, share it, let another mama know, because you need to be preaching this gospel. No more the sacrifice and losing yourself and mental health issues. Like literally, we're all invited to go back home. So Myriam.
You have to. And also for them, I want my daughter to know that this is the norm. I want her to know that taking time away is a norm, that motherhood is not stressed, overwhelmed, and tired. I want my son to know that when his partner say, I want to take time off, it's okay because he's sitting at home. So not just for you, for also your children, you are showing them that self-care and time away is completely okay.
And that we'll all survive when mama goes.
Oh yeah. we'll eat pizza all day. They'll be happy. They'll eat pizza all day.
Everybody will be fine. So thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I appreciate you. Thank you for being present in the course. And I'm just sending you so much love. And I'm going to be over here just looking at all the good things that you're doing in the world.
I cannot thank you enough for your course. It had changed, shifted, opened me up. And you are part of the journey. And I want to thank you so much for your course. I mean, anyone listening, take the course. It will change you. Whatever course she does, just do it. It's worth it. Yes.